white or straight privilege. If everyone is equal, the privileged people feel oppressed. And that's why there's so much legislation in our country. People don't want people who aren't white and straight to have privilege. People think that a partner will be faithful, compatible, and good for them just because they haven't had experience and they know little to nothing. Some of the nicest, most loyal, and faithful partners of people I've known, friends, family, they were not in monogamous heterosexual relationships. They were queer, they were polyamorous, they had boundaries, they had rules, they communicated. Some people had open relationships, some did not. But I found the people with the highest sexual, social, and personal satisfaction in life don't live traditionally. And I'm not saying you can achieve it if you are traditional, but the groups that have the lowest satisfaction in life are cis heterosexual women, usually wives. And Google it. If you Google which sexual orientation has the lowest life, happiness, and fulfillment, heterosexual cis women will always be the answer. Which is why I've never married. I'm cis and straight, and I'm a woman. I have the lowest satisfaction statistics and ratio of any orientation group. I know the odds of being happy are slim to none, and I have a 70% chance of probably initiating divorce or living with unhappiness. So we need to stop teaching kids, we need to stop preaching and legislating laws that reflect that there is sanctity, value, and privilege in a cis-straight dynamic. We need to stop pressuring people who identify as cis and straight to having kids. Kids must be a passion, or don't do it. If you can, don't have kids if you don't have passion for kids. And I know that there are people who can't afford to keep from having kids or don't know how to keep from having kids. And that's usually because they live in states that are extremely conservative. Abstinence-only classes, limited poverty, limited access to quality health care, reproductive assistance, and education. If you support conservative bigotry, in some ways you do get karma. People who vote in favor for legislation that costs billions of dollars each year to discriminate against people, lowering the economy boost, limiting education, reproduction. Every mother who doesn't want to be a mother but can't not be a mother due to anti-abortion information or laws are harming their community. The only time someone should have a child and carry it full term is if they want it, even if it was initially a mistake. Some people decide they still want a child. Not all children are planned, but a child should never be born unless it's specifically wanted. And luckily, my parents wanted children. But it should not be a default setting. It shouldn't be, well, she's a cis heterosexual woman, when are you getting married? It should be, do you have plans to get married? Do you want kids? And the toxic, stereotypical nuclear family, I mean, it's possible to be happy. but the odds are against you. Because the more traditional you are, the less communication, the less satisfaction, especially for women. The less sex ed education you'll get, the less likely you are to use condoms and choose when you want kids. You'll have limited health care, high poverty, low income. Anytime you support the conservative republicanism platform, or you support the nuclear family value structure, you're harming your chances of living a good life. Because conservative fundamentalism doesn't want people to be happy. They don't want people to be educated. They don't want people to do anything unless it benefits the church or the religion, which is why a lot of extreme forms of Christianity, like Jehovah's Witnesses, they tell people not to get secondary education, especially women. And we need to stop protecting the family, because there isn't one type of family. Family is a spectrum, just like womanhood and manhood is a spectrum. The only family worth protecting are people who love each other, respect each other, they obey the law, they provide a good family life, and they choose to have children, either biologically, adopt, or work with children. You don't have to have a legacy including children. You don't have to get married. You don't have to conform to anything unless it's something that is